back to Adri's Homestead Live. Today we are making 2 recipes with all these beautiful tomatoes we've picked another day. I would say we've got about 19-20 kilograms of beautiful tomatoes, plum tomatoes. What is for canning? However, I picked these tomatoes a few days ago now, and some of them they were already really ready to pick ripe. Some of them got a little bit of a sign of a blight. Some of them are just, when I'm looking at it, it just looks too ripe. And you know, when it just gets to that overripe stage, when it tastes delicious and the next day it just tastes a bit yucky. And I don't want to spoil my, my end result. So what I've decided to do, it's a shame, but life gets busy and that's fine. I probably gonna have to give all these tomatoes to the chickens. They're gonna be really happy. So whatever we've got left over, so all these lovely paste tomatoes, we are making 2 recipes today, and I've got my favorite canning book again, and we are making basic tomato sauce and tomato juice today. With the basic tomato sauce, I probably will see how much we're gonna get. I will half and half. Let's say if you've got 8 jars, I do 4 jars with the Cajun spice blend, what we've just made, and then other 4 jars I've made with Mexican spice blend. So this just gives an extra flavor when it comes to the day, whatever I'm gonna make, to use it up in our curries, stews, soups over the winter. On the other hand, the tomato juice what I'm gonna make also just stays simple. We are going to follow the recipe. The good thing is about with these 2 recipes, I'm going to pressure can these both today. They both require only washing and decoring the tomatoes and chopping, maybe half if it's larger, quarter. Put into the strainer and we pressure can it for 15 minutes. Both recipes require 15 minutes pressure canning time, so if I'm ending up having less than what I'm thinking I'm gonna have, maybe we can pressure can them all together. So let's get cooking, let's get preserving. I'm going to wash all the tomatoes up and I'm gonna core them, take the bad bits out, and we're going to put them in the oven. So the recipe says on a stove, but I think the flavor gets a bit caramelized and the flavor is sweeter and better if I do it in the oven. So I've got my 2 big cookie tray out there where we're going to process all our tomatoes and strain it through, put it back on stove, heat it back up for medium-high heat, and then we're going to put them in jars with bottled lemon juice, spices, salt if I'm using, and we're going to pressure can it. So if you think you would like to learn about how to make basic tomato sauce and tomato juice, you are welcome in my kitchen, and let's do this together. So I'll just weigh all these tomatoes, and we are working with 16 kilograms of tomatoes today. And the 90% of those tomatoes are paste tomatoes, some of them are slices. So I'm just going to wash all 16 kilograms and then take the stem and core, and we're going to chop it and put it on a baking tray. Look at this loofah here. This is a loofah sponge what I grew, when did I grow this? 2 years ago. Last year I wasn't successful. I've got a few growing actually this year, so I'm very excited about that. And look at these sweet potato shoots. Some of my sweet potatoes now started flowering, so but that's still growing from like February, March this year, and it's still going, sending shoots. Look. Not sure how you can see, can't probably see it. No, not really good, the lighting, sorry. Let me bring it closer for you. So these are the shoots what I'm growing from the sweet potatoes. And look how amazing still. put them in this pot for roots. I'm going to start like overwintering in a pots in a house. Let's see if we can grow sweet potatoes in a house over winter. Where should we stick that now? Just stick it there. All the tomatoes are now washed. My next job is to take the stem and the quarter. And if it's a smaller tomato, I cut it in half. If it's a larger, I will cut in quarter. If there is a bad spot, I will cut it out. Otherwise, just fill up this tray and on medium-high heat I will put this in the oven for about a good hour. I'm gonna check on them, and when I think it's ready, take it out, leave it to cool slightly, put it to the strainer. That strainer removes the skin and the seeds, so we're gonna end up with the pulp only, the juice. And we're going to put that back on a stove in a stainless steel pot on medium-high heat and cook it down. And now it's up to us how thin or thick we would like the sauce. So most of the tomatoes I'm using today are paste tomatoes, so we generally got less juice and more pulp, that meaty bit. So the idea is to use the paste tomatoes to save us some time. The cooking process should take slightly less. And then as we're going to put the spices in, just before we put them in a jar. So as you can see, I've already filled one tray. Probably gonna take me a few more tray filling in here, but yeah, try to put as much as possible, not too much though, and it's ready to go to the oven. I've been up early this morning. I've been out weeding for an hour in a garden. From about 7 till 8, that patch, what I had my cabbage, greyhound and the red cabbages in it, so really needed weeding. It looks so much better and I feel better that I've done something early morning. So this can now go to the oven on medium-high heat for an hour. All the tomatoes are now chopped and in the oven roasting. While we are waiting them to be ready, let's take this leftovers for the chickens. Sorry, lovey. Would you like some tomato? Do you want to try? Monkey, you dropped it. Oh, you sausage. Nice. Oh, nice and juicy. Wash my finger. Nice. Oh, yummy. Hmm? Good boy, Z. He likes tomato. You like tomato? Oh, you good boy, Z. Yummy? Oh, want some more? Hold on, I'll throw it to you. You get it. Good boy, Z. Safi! Juniper! Safi! Juniper! Oh, look at these monkeys. Flew over the fence. Come on, let's go back. Come on. Yeah, this she is. This she's babies, you are, aren't you? 4 boysies. 4 toms. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on, my sweeties. Hello. I've got you treaty. Come on, I've got you some tomatoes. Go try. Go have a look. Go have a look. Go see. Where have you been? In the woods? Oh, you must be thirsty. Let's see if you like tomatoes. Hello. Nice. Lily. Where have you been, Lily? In the woods? You good girl. Juniper, nice? Nice? Thirsty? She loves tomatoes. Nice and refreshing. So I'm going to put the roasted tomato through the strainer, and that will separate the pulp from the seed and skin. And this goes back on a stove. We're going to cook it down for third or half. It's our own preference what thick sauce we would like. I'm just going to do this until I get through all the 16 kilograms of tomatoes. The tomato sauce is now ready for jarring. So what we need to do first, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of lemon juice to each quart size jars. I prepared optimistically 9 quarts. Let's see how much we have. 1, 2. Next, I'm going to put a teaspoon of salt to each jar. And next, I'm gonna make 3 jars each with different flavoring seasoning. So I'm using Mexican spice blend in 3 jars. Give it a good mix. We've made this spice blend together. So we put a teaspoon to to each jar. That's gonna be the Mexican spice blend. 3/4 jars, it's going to be a Cajun spice blend. A good mix. My pressure canner is now, the water is heating up on the stove. So 3 teaspoons each. That's it. And the last one, I'm going to have freeze-dried basil. So again, we're going to put like a teaspoon to each jar. I'm just using my fingers as a measurement. Okay, and now we are ready to fill our jars with this beautiful tomato sauce. Let's see if we manage to have 9 quarts. Such a lovely, vibrant color. Absolutely delicious looking. Yummy, it smells gorgeous. The sauce is just right, not too thick, not too thin. We leave in 1 inch headspace. And we're filling up all the jars. All the jars are ready. They wiped clean, lids on, ready to go to the canner. So it's done. I've just turned the heat off and let the pressure return to 0 naturally. We're going to wait 2 more minutes and then we're going to open the vent. Remove canner lid and wait about 10 minutes, then remove jars. I'm going to remove the lid. I'm going to be very gentle now. This is still under pressure and it's very, very, very warm. Wait another 10 minutes before we remove jars. Siphoning happening there. I think I might just remove the jar a bit too early. Just removing the jars from the pressure canner with the jar lifter. They have keep kicking. So sorry. It's siphoned again a little bit. I'm just hoping it's gonna be a good seal. It is the next day. Unfortunately, 3 jars not sealed. I took that lid off too early, so out of 9 jars, 6 sealed. It's got a good seal, although I'll have to give a very good clean around it. But the 3 jars unfortunately failed, so that's within the 12 hours. When did we do it? Afternoon. So I'm gonna redo it. The only thing is now the Cajun spice mix, the Mexican spice and the basil, it's all gonna be mixed together, and that was my leftover because it's siphoned as well, so I'm gonna have to put some more to adjust the headspace. I am going to bring this back to a boil and we're going to redo it. So it's boiling now. I can take this off the heat and we can fill the jars. In the meantime, I'm going to put this pressure can up on the stove. We've got 3 inches of water and bring it up on heat. I have decided to use pint jars. So I've got 6 pint jars in here, hoping to fill, and we are pressure canning these for 15 minutes on my altitude of 10 pounds of pressure. I'm leaving an inch of a headspace. I will wipe the rim before we put the lids on with vinegar. I really like this ladle because it's got like a little hook. You can hook it on the side of the pot. Well, this was a roller coaster ride, making this. What started as a basic tomato sauce, now it's a Mexican, Cajun and basil seasoned tomato sauce and a mixture of all. So what I have done in here, I've put them in here 2 each up there. So 2 basil, 2 Cajun, 2 Mexican. And these are the Cajun, Mexican, basil tomato sauce. You know, all the mixture in 6 pints jars. Also we've picked all the apples, well, some of them, and I am thinking of making the apple pie filling and some apple juice very soon. I'll hope you enjoyed the vlog. So bye for now. Bye bye.